At MBL Summer Courses, scientists from around the world come together to explore, experiment, and push scientific boundaries. Let's talk to the current participants to understand their research journey, what drew them to MBL, and how this hands on experience is shaping their future in science.
So I'm Ryo. I'm one of the course instructors here for the Biology of Aging workshop. So I'm from the University of Southern California. I'm an assistant professor. And these are my students that are part in the Biology of Aging course.
Hi, I'm Vinaya. I'm a postdoc from Nigeria, and really excited to be here.
Yes, same. I'm Bharat. Very excited to be here. I'm from Vanderbilt University and I'm a PhD student in my second year. In my project, I'm studying some these model organisms for worms, and they're called Sahasrabuddhe elegans. We're trying to figure out some mitochondrial phenotype which comes with aging. So we're trying to figure out how on aging mitochondrial dysfunction occurs, and perhaps we can stop that. And at MBL, I'm trying to integrate more of the aging science in my project by taking this course called Biology of Aging. And this is our first time being at MBL. I'm enjoying it. It's really fun.
Yeah, I mean, this has been really exciting so far, and I think one of the biggest thing for me was to just learn about so many different organisms, which I had seen pictures, but I had never seen them in person, and of everything I can get out like coolest organisms where they appeared radicrex, which is a similar resistant super special organisms with webs, almost crocodiles. And yeah, we are trying to see if we can transfer the resilience to not so resilient worms and make them eventually live longer.
Yeah, so in my lab, we're really interested in studying stress and aging. And so one of the things that we're trying to do is develop new model systems for aging. So we chose these tardigrades, as Vinaya said, which are these hyper-stress resilient model systems. And we're trying to see if we could develop them as a new aging system, but part of challenges of creating a new model system is you have to make all the protocols. So one of the beauties of course, like MBL, is we can come here and do a lot of brand new things that normally we wouldn't be able to do in our host institution, whether it's because of limited resources or whether it's because of limited funding. But we can come here and do all of these crazy things that we couldn't do at home because we don't have the equipment for it. For example, all the equipment we're using here, like the fully decked out Stellaris 8 confocal that takes really beautiful images that I couldn't do in my host institution. And so I think it's really exciting to be here with a lot of different experts and use top of the line equipment and just do random science. And I think that's what really births novelty and innovation in science. So without this course and without all the support of all of the companies like Leica supporting us, it would be impossible.
I think we just a couple of weeks back, we were looking at basically actin structures in these tardigrades, and we did this steroid students looking at the cytoskeleton throughout the organism. So we took this really big tile images and cheese stack so we can really see the 3D structure of the organism. And it was really cool to see all the discrete parts of the tardigrades so that we can design a community. Yeah, it was really exciting. We also tried to do the lifetime imaging to see if we can reduce our comparisons and that will also find out that.
Part of that, which we are going to do is, because it's a new system where people are only starting to work with tardigrades, as Vinaya said, we looked at actin and try to look at Yuki with Thapa. Further on, we want to look at several organelles, and we are in the process of doing that. So you want to look at endoplasmic reticulum, you want to look at mitochondria, you want to look at lysosomes, and kind of try to figure out how these organelles, first of all, look in this organism, which people have only started to dwell into.
And I think for me, what's exciting is, I've done tardigrade work, I've done C. elegans work because that's what I do. But being here at MBL, we got some zebrafish samples, we can get clam samples and spider samples, and we're getting all these different organisms that I've never even thought about working on. And all the other instructors that are here brought all these animals with them, and so we get to do all the imaging on all of them as well. So I think we get to do all these cross-species analysis, which again is super exciting, very collaborative work that's happening, and it's amazing.
Yeah, which otherwise I feel would be impossible.
No, we would never do this, right? In our lifetime, we would have never imaged a spider if we were not here. Yes. I think for me, like coming here, I like everything to be organized and in control, and I like to plan very far in advance and know exactly what I'm doing. My advice to people coming here would be to throw all of that away. Like, don't have a plan, don't have structure. Just come here and be very flexible and open-minded to everything, and just be willing to do everything, because that's the only way to really succeed here. I think you two here really great when just super open-minded. I'm happy to do anything, and they're embracing that MBL culture. I think that's what MBL is. Like, come here to do anything and everything. So I don't know if you all have anything to add.
I totally agree with Ryo. Having studying in a very conventional format where you move on, let's say from your undergrad to your graduate study, your assigned projects. This course is kind of very counterintuitive approach where it works out so beautifully. I feel like it really brings out the passion in scientists when they're trying to look at several things. And it's like a wholesome pseudo department going on where you actually have people helping out each other, where, someone is looking at the brain of an animal. They don't need other organs. We can look at other organs. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the highlights from we learned. It's like everybody's doing so many different things, and no matter what it is, everybody is extremely excited about each other's science. And I think like ultimately that's all that habits that we are interested in. We are interested in the critical is and going after what and then they're playing is about. Yeah, it's been fun and actually and feel take that energy with us.
Nice. For me, I've been in the Leica family for my whole life. So I did microscopy since I was a graduate student. And when I was a graduate student, our microscope facility had everything, Leica, Nikon, and Zeiss. I always gravitated towards Leica. I like the user friendliness of it. It's very easy to use the Leica system, and LASX is super easy to use. Now as a faculty member, I really like it because the interface is so easy. It has a lot of foolproof things where you can't make mistakes on it because the software won't let you. And I think that that's really great for when I'm training brand new people. And of course, this is also really great because there's all these people who are going to come who have no microscopy experience. And having a very user-friendly, easy interface makes it very nice to train people. Because even something as complicated as the Solaris 5 or the Solaris 8 that we have, that has 8 different sensors and all these different bells and whistles. We were able to teach you guys in one day how to use it. Or sure, that's amazing. That's a really amazing thing.
I think I also use that a lot. During PhD also was I speak fine about my meaning. And yeah, I really like the ease of it, and especially features having your every day. And one thing that I'm such a life-changing process to this take a bunch of imaging
Navigator changed my life too.
Yeah.
When we first started.
Yeah. I think people who do title imaging get this in usage. Navigator is great.
Life-changing.
Fantastic. I think I'm comparatively relatively new to the imaging side, and I love imaging. I've been imaging a lot in the last few days, and back in my graduate program as well, I've been doing a bunch of imaging, and I think I've been enjoying Leica imagery too.